One. Hey. Hey, this is Brian and Chris. Welcome aboard today. You obviously saw the amazing title that we have up there. And if that was true, how great would your life be? It's going to be great because there actually has a lot of truth to it. We're actually going to talk to you about why that is something that actually could be very factual in your life if you're open minded to it. So, Chris?
Yeah, listen. People always ask, how do we maintain our body compositions and still live life? Because that's what I'll tell you. What most people are afraid of, the fear that exists in their hearts, is that they're never going to have their favorite foods, and that fear is not founded. That fear is not true. Now, there might be some foods that you should avoid for other health specific reasons, but some of your favorite foods can actually help you be successful towards your goals. And that's what we're going to empower you with that knowledge with today.
Yep. So that if this is your first time, just type first timer in the comment section below and where you're patching in from. If you are a veteran, do the same so we can see what parts of our amazing planet you're patching in from. So we can welcome you aboard and make sure you're taken care of. And so today, let's start getting into the actual meat or potatoes of the conversation. So topic is obviously eating cupcakes and pizza to achieve your dream body. Seems completely oxymoronish, right? It's like a jumbo shrimp. Does that even exist? Of course it does. They're in the restaurant. So it can for you too as well. So here's the trick. We talked about this a lot yesterday. And if you caught Chris in my training on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it's been about understanding carbs and fats and how to utilize them and how to utilize your body fat, your composition to really understand what your body's actually doing. Because we can all agree that everybody has an opinion about something, and most of them have some truth to them for that specific individual. The key is understanding what specifically your body needs of those different combinations of things and figuring out how to make it work for you. And when you do and you're successful with it consistently, pizza and cupcakes is a very important part, or you insert your beers or your brownies or whatever that may be, understanding that that is actually structured into your lifestyle. And when you understand how to do that, how to manipulate that at will and allow your body to achieve those types of physical states you may not be even aware of, that maybe you never have even hit yet. And I know both. I've been through both those 250 all the way down to doing shows and things like that. So what I'm telling you is what we're both sharing with you and inviting you to subscribe to is that that's a very possibility when you understand exactly what to do for yourself.
So what we're sharing with you is not only emotionally true, it's physically true, and it's statistically true. Right. So these are the things that I would like to share with you to begin with. One is first understanding that it is physically true. A lot of people believe that the cheat, or what we like to call it, the reward meal, is something to just help you, satisfy cravings, or to help you, feel like you're not missing out on foods. But it actually has nothing to do with it. There's a scientific basis to why we're having you do this. One, when you're on a calorie deficient meal, you have hormones that help you process and regulate and manage your metabolism. And if you are dropping slowly in your calories and your calorie deficient time in and time out, leptin levels, the hormones that regulate satiety and your metabolism, start to begin to drop. This is how you start to burn fat and process your calories. And you don't want that to happen. What we're encouraging you to do is eat lots of good foods and actually occasionally eat some bad foods or high calorie, high fat types of foods to increase those leptin levels and to speed up your metabolism, because it does actually improve your results.
Yeah,
So, go ahead.
I can tell you from my own personal experience of doing this strategically and experiencing massive changes really almost overnight, because you can go from feeling completely off to having a reward meal before you go to bed and feeling like amazing bucks in the morning because you've been nutrient deficient all week. And when your body gets that surplus of nutrients, it speeds up, it shuttles things in, you get more water and things into your joint sites, your muscles fill up, you feel better because you've had more nutrients to just basically just throw them and rush them into your body. Because what a lot of people don't understand is this: when you're dieting or in the hole all week long, I mean, let's be honest, you're going to be on some type of diet all of your life. If you're not, then you need to consider your thoughts. And what I'm saying is a diet is a lifestyle. It's not I'm doing the Atkins, I'm doing the zone, I'm doing the no eat, I'm doing the starve for 2 days, whatever that is. It's a lifestyle. You get to figure out what that means for you. So when you actually have these plugged in and you understand exactly what you should be doing, you having your cupcakes, your pizza, whatever that may be, is actually ideal for you to be able to do that. And when you have it dialed down like that, you're going to feel a massive difference. And what you may even notice is that you actually lose weight, body fat. Sometimes I would eat this massive amount of food and be like, holy cow, I feel so stuffed I can't even sleep right now. And I'll wake up and be sometimes 2 or 3 pounds lighter because of how fast your body speeds up. So the key is, like I said, understanding what to do, obviously, how to do it, and with what foods, and being aware or conscious to the actual results and the outcomes so you can make your choices and figure out whether that was helpful, whether you need to tweak it, whatever it may be. It's just understanding what that is for you is really going to be your key.
And it is statistically true. We have published studies that show that when we put people on the same diet for, say, 6 to 8 weeks, fat loss starts to plateau because their body starts to adapt to the diet that they're on. When the same set of people is also adds in a reward meal, some high calorie, high fat meal, the hormone levels in their body change, and it actually improves their results over 6 to 8 weeks because their body doesn't adapt to the low calorie diet and adjust. It still thinks it's getting occasional meals where it has to keep its metabolism high to keep processing. Your body has intelligence that it's innate, and what you're doing is it's like adding muscle confusion into your workouts. What you're doing is you're actually tricking your body to go, no, don't adjust. I still want you to maintain that high metabolism, but I'm still decreasing my calories, right? So there is a science that's statistically true. And then there's an emotional reward that components to it. When we talk to people, that's why we don't use the word cheat meal. Right? Because there should be no negative connotation to what you're doing. You're not doing anything wrong. You are rewarding yourself for great behavior. And I often have this client, or I have conversations with my clients where they did some sort of reward during the week because they were out with friends or whatever. And I said, well, that was your reward. You don't get to do it again, but you did. You rewarded yourself in some way, some social event, some cake, some donut, some whatever it was that you decide. But if you plan it as if I do my week very successful on, say, Saturday night or Friday night or Sunday morning or whatever is your time of choosing, you go and you dream about whatever wonderful meal you would like to treat yourself with. That's how we should consider these treats and desserts and reward type meals, as a reward for doing everything else right through the week. And we have an emotional thing to look forward to that gets us excited and helps us stay accountable to the plan that we put ourselves on.
This is true. And I have a story to kind of help you understand like why it's important to understand what your body does. Because Francis and I had a competition we did back in 2009, which means we dieted.
All right, Brian, go ahead.
What'd you say? More than that? So 2009, and what happened was we did all of our diet hardcore, did all of our working out, all of our cardio, because you're basically standing on stage in your underwear, right? So you need to make sure you got your stuff grilled in as much as possible. So here's the interesting part. That whole 3 months while we were doing all the work and grinding it out and investing 2 or 3 hours in the gym a day, we started this list of all the reward foods that we were choosing to eat when we were done with that, because you couldn't have anything for that 2 or 3 months. So we had a huge list of stuff from Whataburger to honey butter chicken biscuits to burgers to pizzas. Like we literally had at least probably $150 a piece of junk food and reward meals. Well, what happened was we both ate all of that. And the interesting outcome was that I ended up putting on, 10, 15 pounds, and Chris ends up losing 5. So what I mean by understanding yourself, it's very crucial that you pay attention to what your body's doing so you understand how it responds. Like all this conversation that we've been doing all week about glycogen levels or glycemic index and glycemic load, all of that stuff is super important to help you understand how carbohydrates impact your body. Because if you know that the pizza hits you pretty heavy duty, You may be able to switch over to doing some type of thinner crust pizza with doing some type of dairy-free cheese or something like that. There's ways that you can actually have healthy reward meals and still feel great about it and actually still continue your success forward. Once you get in what's called the zone, you really don't want too many bad foods. You'd rather have a healthy reward meal so you feel better and so that you can continue your progress. So there's a lot of ways that you can start to integrate this along the path. The key is just getting started, and then you just kind of tweak it along the way. Working with someone to help you understand these things, integrate this stuff into your life is a game changer. You're talking about seeing results in minimal amounts of time, from hours to days. Sometimes you got periods where you may go 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 15 years where you try everything and nothing works. So having someone help you to figure out your body is extremely potent. Chris and I both have coaches. We don't do our own stuff. We have people to help us out because we don't know what we don't know. We can't really see everything that's going on. We can't see the blind spots that are in our life. And let me just share with you, one piece of advice can massively change your life, because it's not just one piece of advice. It's one piece of advice that has sex with all the other pieces of advice in your brain, and they create different ideas and opportunities. Did you know that this is a very interesting statistic? Most human beings have 60,000 thoughts a day. Count them, 60,000 on average. Most human beings have the same thoughts every day. Why is that? And what's the implications of that? Well, if you are not changing the things you're putting in your brain, from reading books, doing podcasts, to learning like we're learning now, to interacting with people that are able to help you and provide wisdom in your life, you will have the same 60,000 thoughts every day. So when you're able to put new information in there, you can start to shift faster, which is super important. That's one of the reasons why they tell you to read daily, why they tell you to do, podcasts. Like, there's so many amazing ways to take in content and information to improve where you're at. Chris?
Yeah, the one thing to remember that is that it's about adapting to your life. It's about making positive change, and it's constant. You're either living and growing, or you're dying. So which one do you choose? And the wonderful thing about that is what do you choose for your life? Knowing that you're not losing something. You're not losing your favorite meals. You're not losing your favorite desserts or rewards. What you're doing is you're making them planned. You're making them part of a strategy. You're making them part of your successful plan to be having the body that you desire, to have the energy that you desire, to have the productivity and the great cognitive thinking that you desire. This is the way this is what we offer. This is what we teach. This is what we help you discover for yourself. And it's all part of the process of learning how to be a better human being, enjoying the human experience. And
as often as possible.
I'd like to touch on one other thing that Brian said, is that Brian and I both get accountability people. There's multiple reasons to get coaching and counseling, right? One, and when you're talking about counseling, it's almost impossible to ask yourself the tough questions, right? It's very difficult for you because your mind starts running off, your heart goes in different directions. But having somebody standing there with love with you and walking you through those processes and asking you those difficult questions so that you can answer them objectively, or because if you were asking yourself those questions, you wouldn't go through the same process. And the same thing goes on in your diet, right? We'll make excuses or reasons or justifications that aren't good, that aren't clear, because we're doing it for our own selfish interests. And when we work with a coach that is holding us accountable and giving us great objective data based off that, it's somebody there that is standing there in love, helping you be successful, and that is invaluable, both in counseling, coaching, and just whatever you're trying to be in life.
Yep, adding in your pizzas and your cupcakes along the way. So hey, that's really all we have right now. We just thought about hopping on here and sharing some stuff with you, specifically around why you can actually count on not having to give up your favorite foods while you're going on your program, because you're going to be on some type of program 90% of your life. It's kind of how it is. If you're not, it's going to get crazy and out of hand. So that's all we have. If you would like to take the information that we gave you today and go further, check out the information we have for you in our post. I think you will find it extremely congruent, and will actually walk you through what you can do to be successful in your nutrition habits. So that's all we got. Chris, you have anything else?
No, I would just say if you haven't yet invested in a nutrition empowerment program, we're doing some live trainings in our group for members and clients. Those are some really valuable information. Now is the time to invest in yourself. We will give you everything you possibly need to know about being successful in your health through your diet, and a lot of other wonderful things to help you with your language, to help you with your communication, to help you with your relationships, to help you with your emotional beliefs and breakthroughs. We have information to help you live a better life and enjoy your human experience. And we love you all very much.
Yes, indeed. You don't make time for your wellness.
You will make time for your illness. Have a blessed evening.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.